let me introduce to you first, to introduce this new product, our Vice President from Luxembourg, Mr. Jimmy Wan.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, Michael, everybody. So I'm very excited because today it's, well, here it's a night, so it's 9 p.m. here in Luxembourg. We still have a nice weather because it's summertime. But today I'm very excited because we are, at the end, you know, we think that we have discovered, you know, something so unique that it will change forever, I think, the way we do skincare product. And because, you know, we are pioneer in this new, you know, is the new approach, you know, of bringing, you know, natural product coming from our technology and from our microalgae, that we do need, you know, to explain. And you guys, you know, from the US, you present for us, you know, the country of the pioneers. And since Xelis is a pioneer, you know, in leading the development of microalgae, you know, today, and as before Michael said, you know, transparency is one of our most important value. So today we're going to give you all relevant information on this product, because you will get 100% trust, you know, that you're going to use this product, it works, and you will love and you would like to share it. So today I will have a special guest from our lab that will help me, you know, to explain you this Ridium, this extraordinary product. So I don't know if Eloy is there. Eloy, if you can just connect from our laboratory in Spain. So Eloy is part of our scientific scientific board, and he is one of the key, you know, person in our scientific team. And he's a passionate guy, you know. I never seen a guy so passionate as Eloy when he, you know, he do things. And this product, you know, have been a lot of time, you know, of research development. And today, you know, we will be able to launch officially in the US this product. So let me see if we can have
Jimmy.
Yeah, Eloy,
I'm here, everybody.
Share your camera so that people can see you.
Yeah, no, but the problem is that apparently I'm blocked. I cannot initiate the video because the host, right?
Oh,
perfect now.
No, now it's okay. Now, you're here. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Good night.
Hola, Eloy. Buenas tardes. So Eloy is where are you, Eloy? Just for the people in the US. Where are you right now?
Jimmy, as you can see, I'm at Xelis facilities.
Yeah.
And I'm surrounded by what is my patient, microalgae.
Yes, as I said before, microalgae is your patient, and today we are going to reveal, you know, many information that for sure, you know, it will, as I said before, you know, it's going to be a game changer in the world of skincare. Today, many companies are facing one of the biggest challenges because consumer, you know, they want natural product, but natural product for skincare, you cannot find it, you know, in nature like this. It requires a lot of research and development so that we can have this special product. So we are going to talk about microalgae. So the first question that I'm going to ask you, Eloy, is what is a microalgae?
So microalgae are unicellular microorganisms. They are very, very small. They have a size between 2 to 30 microns, all depend of the strain. That can we only be seen in microscopy. Okay. In fact, they are smaller than our blood cells. Okay. In the picture that you are showing in the presentation, you can see the photo of today's protagonist, Porphyridium cruentum, which has a size around of 8 microns. And it's so small that you cannot see the cells. Here you are, an example of culture of Porphyridium cruentum, where you cannot notice the cell. You only can see a red culture. And in order to give you a magnitude, take into account that in 1 milliliter, we can reach until 50 million cells in just 1 milliliter. And here we have 100 milliliters. So this means that we have 5 billion cells in just this volume. But despite the fact microalgae are really small, they are very, very important in our lives, as they are the most abundant and influential photosynthetic organisms on the planet, as they are able to capture more CO2 and produce more oxygen than all the forests of the planet together. Based on that, they're able to transform the CO2 into basic molecules of the life, so lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, and of course, other molecules like, for example, pigments, polysaccharides, antioxidants, omega-3, molecules that are considered bioactives due to their potential in the food, nutraceutical, and of course, in the skincare field.
Yeah. So what Eloy makes so special Porphyridium cruentum?
So I would like to explain first that each strain is characterized by having some active ingredient that makes them special, different. So, and in this case, what makes different Porphyridium cruentum is the capacity to develop a natural defense strategy that allows them to survive for millions of years in the ocean without being altered. This strategy consists on secreting to the medium a mixture of polysaccharides, creating a kind of protective barrier, is a kind of cocoon when the condition changes, when they notice any change of the normal environment, any change in temperature, in the pH, or they feel a presence of competitors. So they start secreting to the medium a mixture of polysaccharides, allowing them to survive. And that history fascinated our team and encouraged us to study the properties of those polysaccharides.
So today we are going to talk about Ridium. So how we create Ridium, because we have seen that Porphyridium cruentum is a red microalgae and Ridium is not red. So
first, we start with a culture like the one I showed you before, a culture that we grow until we reach around the 50 million cells per milliliter. So this is our target of concentration. When we reach this concentration, we pass to the following stage, where we provoke the regeneration of polysaccharides. How do we do that? So here we are. Okay. So as we know really well the metabolism of Porphyridium cruentum, we are able to change a little bit the pH, a little bit of the temperature, a little bit the light that we introduce in the system to make them understand, Porphyridium cruentum, that something is happening around them. In this moment, they start generating polysaccharides. Once this process begins, we start losing this color, okay, because Porphyridium cruentum doesn't want to duplicate more to get more concentration. They use the energy to produce polysaccharides. And in this context, they don't need to multiply, to pass from 50 million, 51, 52, 53, and they don't need the pigments anymore. For that reason, we reduce the color as we go along. In fact, when we are finishing the process, we reach a moment where the culture is not red anymore, because we passed from a culture that was in a state where we were growing until a stage where we have already secreted the polysaccharides. So we measure, and we go along in the culture, we measure the color and the viscosity in order to evaluate what is the moment of the culture. Once we have this culture that is still there, okay, the matter is that we have the polysaccharide, is the moment to harvest. How do we harvest? We pass through a mechanical separation, through a centrifuge, where we separate the biomass from the water where the polysaccharides are. When we separate the water with the polysaccharide, respect the biomass, we pass through another mechanical separation. So in this case, it's a filtration. When we recycle and we concentrate again and again, we remove the water. This means to concentrate the polysaccharide that we have until we get the final product. This is the product that you are putting in your skin when you put Ridium. This is the product, the mixture of polysaccharides.
So Eloy, thank you so much. So But tell us now why Ridium is so unique.
Ridium is really unique because of the formulation. Because the formulation consists on 90%, 99% of our bioactive. It's a mixture, it's only a mixture of polysaccharide that Porphyridium cruentum secrete to the medium, this one, with the viscosity that you have when you put it in your skin, the Ridium. So honestly, I don't know any other product in the market with 99% of active in the formulation, where all the components are 100% natural, non-allergenic, and they are free of parabens.
Yeah, this is great, Eloy. So let's talk now about, how we, cultivate Porphyridium cruentum, because, Xelis, we don't go to the sea, to take Porphyridium or to cultivate the Porphyridium.
No, Jimmy. Fortunately, we are able to reproduce the ecosystem that Porphyridium cruentum requires in our own patented technology, in our own patented system, which is based on a closed photobioreactor where we are able to reproduce all the conditions that take place in the sea. But out of the sea, we do it in Xelis lab, when we work in aseptic conditions, guaranteeing this way the purity and quality of the production.
So at that point, for all our team members who are listening us, so we use this photobioreactor technology, which at the end, is that mimic the environment that the Porphyridium cruentum needs, to grow, and at the end to deliver the most purest ingredient. And with our biotech, we can extract the most concentrated form of our unique, we call it EPS, which is the exopolysaccharide. But as I was saying from the beginning, it's not only to produce a natural product and concentrate skincare product, but what we want also is that the production process should be sustainable. Can you explain why this biotech technology is the future?
For sure, without any doubt, the whole process, in different senses, is an environmentally friendly process, where first, we don't use any solvent, we don't use any chemical, as I explained you right now. So we obtain this product only using mechanical separation. Second, we don't generate any impact in the marine ecosystem because we have our own photobioreactor in order to reproduce this ecosystem. And three, we are able to capture CO2 by the simple fact that we are working with photosynthetic organisms. We are working with microalgae.
Okay, so let's talk now about the extensive scientific research, and test that prove, that our EPS bioactive, is effective and safe.
Sure. In fact, we did in vivo studies. This means studies in real people, and we did also in vitro studies. That means in laboratory tests with the idea to get scientific evidences to confirm what we already feel in our skin when you use Ridium. Because when you use Ridium, you know perfectly, you can feel how it works in the first moment that you are adding the product. Okay, and thanks to these tests, we can quantify this activity using an objective perspective. Based on such studies, we got amazing result with Ridium at the level of epidermis, is the outer layer, the dermis is the following layer of the skin, increasing hydration, barrier effect, elasticity. We can provide antioxidant effect. Of course, I will go deeper after, if you want, to explain all the main factors that allow us to determine that this is the activity that we can reach. But before that, I would like to point out that we are also got amazing results at the level of the hypodermis. Hypodermis is the deeper layer of the skin. In this deeper layer, we find activity based on the microcirculation. And this means that thanks to this activity, we can fight against cellulitis. This is something that we are right now working. I would like to have this kind of presentation like this one in some months where we introduce a new product, a revolutionary product, but we are working on it because we are designing the best way to reach this deeper layer of the skin. But anyhow, today we are here to talk about Ridium.
Yeah, so, we do understand now that our Porphyridium cruentum secrete these active ingredients, which provide, a natural protection. Well, we do know, in fact, that it actually regenerates, the microalgae. And our skin is facing the same issue. I mean, our skin need also, a daily protection and regeneration. So to better understand, the mechanism of Ridium on the skin, can you please talk about, the role of the skin and explain, what does it mean, to have a balanced skin or an unbalanced skin?
Of course, this is a really important question. The skin, as you can see in the skin, in the slide that you are showing, the skin consists of different layers. Inside out, we have first the hypodermis, as we have just said. After we have the dermis, where we have the fiber of elastin, the collagen, the hyaluronic acid, really key elements that provide the structure to the dermis. Okay, and finally, we have the outer layer, which is the epidermis. And within this epidermis is the top layer we have, is the stratum corneum, is the layer that we see, okay, in the skin, which is the first protective barrier of the skin. When the skin is healthy, the structure of the dermis is optimal. And therefore, the structure of the epidermis is also optimal. This way, there is no transdermal loss of water, iron, and some other key elements of the skin. And we have an effect that can minimize the effect of external agents. So everything was as it's supposed to do it. And we say in this moment that the skin is well balanced. When we got older, everything complicated a little bit, okay? Because we start losing the balance. With time, some biochemical and natural changes induced to structural damages. There is a moment where some enzymes accelerate the degradation of collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acids, provoking the degradation of the dermis and therefore the epidermis. This is the beginning of a chain reaction that you cannot stop. Once this natural degradation starts, the external agents cannot be managed as it used to be when the skin was well balanced, and we explained before. All this means more damage in the dermis and therefore in the epidermis. And when this damage of the structure is enough to break the barrier of the epidermis, okay, the skin starts losing water, ions, and other key elements. And in this moment, the topography of the skin is already changing. This means to lose elasticity and firmness. And this means the appearance of wrinkles and expression lines. So the aging is in progress.
So, Eloy, all the attendees today will, will ask this question, so can we help, the skin to fight, all those factors that you mentioned that provoke, the degradation of the skin? So can Ridium, rebalance the skin?
Without any doubt, Ridium can rebalance the skin. If you want, we can review the most important result we got in our test in order to see how we can rebalance.
Yeah, I think that we should focus, on the 5 main test results, that makes Ridium so effective. And the first one, I guess, is hydration.
Hydration is key. It's really, really important. If you have a hydrated skin, you have a healthy skin, you have a well-balanced skin. And we saw that when we put Ridium in our skin, we get an instantaneous hydration of the dermis, reaching 25% in the first hour and 26.4% after 3 hours. This is a lot. When you put the product, the dermis swells Ridium and stretches the epidermis, the outer layer, being the effect fully instantaneous.
So that's why, Eloy, when people are using the first time Ridium, they got immediate results.
That's it. This is the effect that promote hydration. And other parameter that is related to the water content, to the hydration, is the barrier effect, because the barrier effect is an indicator of the capacity to avoid losing the water, reaching 30.8% during the first hour respect the skin without Ridium. We increase the barrier effect, and therefore we increase hydration figures. So they are really related one with each other.
What about elasticity?
Really interesting because elasticity, because the other two parameters, hydration and barrier effect, they are considered like instantaneous effect. But elasticity is related to the regeneration of the skin. This is really important because this regeneration will allow us to rebalance the skin, okay? We did in vivo test, and the results we got were outstanding. We recuperate 14.7% of elasticity in only 1 month. So after 1 month of using Ridium every day, we have significant regeneration of the skin.
So now we're going to talk on this in vitro test, about antioxidant, the test of antioxidant.
Yes, this is other parameter that is related to the regeneration of the skin. As we said at the beginning, when in a natural way, when the skin is well balanced, the skin is able to neutralize the free radicals produced by external agents, the ultraviolet, the pollution, the weather conditions. So we can minimize this effect. But when the skin is not well balanced, the skin loses this antioxidant activity, capacity. So as you said, Jimmy, we did some in vitro tests where we proved that Ridium was able to decrease the free radicals in 22.5%, reinforcing its antioxidant activity, reducing the effect of external agent, and then helping the skin to regenerate.
So let's talk now about, anti-pollution.
This study is related with the antioxidant study that we have just seen, because pollution is a kind of external agent. In fact, we do it considering the CO2 as polluter, because right now everybody is worried about the pollution, everybody is worried about the increase of CO2 concentration, and there are real studies where they explain how this CO2 can affect the skin, the epidermis, based on the fact that they generate free radical of the skin. And we prove that we are able to reduce 80% the effect of CO2 when we add Ridium in our skin.
So definitely, with all your information, Ridium is able to help to rebalance the skin. So can you in terms of conclusion, because it's true that this is a lot of information, because many people, they will ask us, why should we try Ridium? Why should we use this product?
Why? Because Ridium fights the main factors that provoke aging in the skin. We are able to reduce the natural degradation of the skin when we get older. This is something that is going to happen, but we can delay this effect because we can reduce the action of the enzymes that are implied in the action of degradation of the collagen, hyaluronic, and collagen, and fiber and elastic fibers, and fight also against the free radicals, because we have proof that Ridium has antioxidant effect. So this way, with those factors fighting to the main factor that promote aging, we provide the dermis and the epidermis the possibility to regenerate, reducing wrinkles and expression lines. So,
Eloy, what is first of all, thank you so much for all this information. But personally, I know that you and your family, your world is surrounded by Ridium. What are some testimonials that impress you when people have tried Ridium? What was the most impact testimonial that you have?
So I can tell you about my wife. My wife uses every day Ridium, and first thing she told me, "Wow, something instantaneous. You put it and really stretch. When you study the mechanism of functioning of Ridium, you say, okay, it's because of that, because we got really good results with hydration results study. So this means that we feel the dermis, and for this one you stretch the epidermis. And when you explain from a technical point of view, she said, okay, makes sense because I feel it like that. But even I use Ridium every day. In fact, I use it when I save myself. Right now, I'm not really safe, but I use it because I notice how I have a calming effect. In fact, at the end of the day, it's based on the fact that it's antioxidant. So, and help you to hydrate your water and help you to protect your epidermis. So, for me, the most important is that you can feel it without any doubt.
And I think our team member who is listening, because we have many people around the world, not only in the US, we have in Canada, in UK, we have even people in Morocco, in Costa Rica, in Lithuania. I think many people will be very excited, about all of the information that you have gave us today. So, Eloy, thank you so much for all this information. I know, well, behind you, we have new development that we will not talk today. So people may think that this is spirulina. It's not spirulina. In the middle, it's Porphyridium. But this other way is our new research on microalgae. And as I told you, we are at the beginning, of the rise of the world of microalgae, because we still do not understand, how these cells, work, because the more we understand, the more we do research, the less we understand how it works. And this is for sure. So thank you so much, Eloy, for
thank you. And overall, thank you for the invitation. It has been a pleasure to be here today.
Okay. So I'm sure that people is excited now.